explain. So we started off this stream with new stuff because I didn't see any of those cutscenes. The fighting Rose thing and the fighting Phoenix thing, I've never done that before, obviously. And some of the skits were also new, obviously. Like, I never saw Lila with her hair down.
We mustn't hold down force. Elemental attack.
Which is kind of funny because, like, that's something you would think the game would have. Like, from alternate outfits. But this game doesn't have alternate outfits. So you just have to pretend. Though I do like the alternate outfits you can... Like, the God Eater alternates are cool, but it's even cooler they give you hairstyles. Soraya and Rose look great with the new hairstyles from the DLC.
I showed them. Wasn't worried for a moment.
Wow, he knows no chill. I need to save up to 5 EXP, or 5 BG, and then I can finally use Rose the second Instacart at long last.
Complete.
Surely this is fate.
I'd only resist.
Victory is ours.
Well, that was a brutal beating. Are we back in Weird Dimension?
Not again.
Yeah, we are. Oh, the music's gone too. I don't like that. It makes it all quiet and creepy.
Ready, Nick Leo? Looks like we win.
You know, I was just realizing, I was like, maybe I should chop the stream here. I should probably chop it after we did all the pre-finale stuff. But we'll see. I mean, that's for YouTube. That's not a YouTube. Like, when do I split it up? I think I'll have like the Norman stuff and the Rose fight in its own stream, and then we'll in its own YouTube video, and then the next YouTube video will actually be story. We're almost approaching 2 hours. Oh, and Soraya leveled up. Nice.
So we're going now? Wait, what's our cue?
They don't ever want to work together. Okay, so I gotta find clone people. Is that clone people? That's dog person. Dog person is not clone people. He's dog person.
Serene, I'm ready. Come through.
Don't flinch, or you'll miss it. I'll pick 'em all.
Wow, that was awesome. That was really cool.
If you're putting your life on the line, then you better give it your all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking when I reach the next cutoff boss to chop it there, but I think it makes more sense to keep the story stuff separate from the other stuff. I'll figure something out. But regardless, that was cool. That was really awesome. Crown of Torment. It really, really totally adds to Rose's whole she's an assassin thing. That was super assassin-y.
That's the end of that.
That was heckin' awesome. I am lost. I am lost in the weird sand dimension. What is this place? I feel like we're in freaking Davy Jones' locker from Pirates of the Caribbean. Except instead of crabs, we have giant sticks. Monoliths. Oh, I see them over there.
Let's make it quick. Burning red, green, blue, hair and candle.
I see you guys just standing there. You stole my look. Not happy about that. And we fought fire and earth first, so we're fighting water and wind now. Makes sense.
Cannot avoid this. Battle current. You don't really want to do this, do you?
That feeling gnawing at you is what brought us to life. Did you know that? Oh, please. We're not so dumb as to fall for that garbage. Simone, are you getting desperate? You go to hell!
She's really just totally not even intimidated by Simone's illusions. There we go. I was trying to figure out what the word was. Illusions. There we go, one after the other. Everybody got a level except for frickin' Edna. Are we out of there now? Yeah, we are.
Let's go.
But Simone's just gonna throw more of her crap at us.
I bet she will. But it won't be anything we need to worry about.
Probably not. Even her illusions are starting to lose their spectacle. She can make passable imitations of Rose and Saray, sure, but it's looking like everything else is beyond her reach.
Yeah, if she could scare us with anything she wanted, you'd think there'd be more guts and stuff. Spleens.
Spleens? Anyway, let's keep moving
Why the
forward.
spleen specifically?
We don't want to let her stall us here while we talk about how bad she is at her job.
Yeah.
Shit talking someone behind their back. Always classic.
She sure is trying. It's kinda getting annoying.
But I feel like the effects of her technique are weakening.
Simone. Could it be?
Okay, and this will warp us back to the entrance, I guess. Not like it's too far back, but you know.
A dead end. What? But this was the only path.
Another illusion.
We can't waste any more time. I think we'll need to come up with a way to punch
Take
through
your
her
fist and
illusions.
punch it.
How?
That's what I would
Illusions
do.
Or not, they still punch back pretty good.
I don't think the illusions will last much longer.
Huh? Why not?
Simone is a seraph. It's gotta be hard for her to maintain her powers in the middle of all this malevolence.
Speak of the devil.
For all the illusions I craft for you, your hearts refuse to budge the slightest inch. It seems I will need to take other measures. What, baton twirling? Submit yourselves!
Yeah, it really says something when no one takes her seriously. Like, not a single person.
Simone, you must be so...
Are you sympathizing with me? If you care so much, then succumb to the darkness!
Let's go. I honestly thought we had to do more illusions than just the two, like, sand trips. Wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
Nothing but misshapen flowers, fit only to be clipped!
Lila? Is this an illusion too?
No, I suspect this is the real Simone. Either way, we just gotta keep at it.
There we go. I was just trying to swap to the people who are at full HP.
There's no reason for us to fight.
Be a good boy and disappear. You don't have it in your heart to kill a seraph anyway.
Why don't you speak for yourself, Toots?
Then kill me if you can. And unleash your hellion nature!
I was gonna say, they did answer my question about the whole seraph blessing thing, at least. When they were talking about it. So I guess when a seraph blesses a land, their blessing affects certain things
Shepherd, Squire,
in like a certain way.
your souls refuse to be
So that's pretty interesting. I guess Dazzle, if he blesses anything, he blesses it with misfortune, which that kind of blows. Sucks to be him, all things considered. Wow, whatever. Oh, wait, why did you make another you? You didn't need to make another you. You didn't have to.
No curtain call. You shall perish, but your despair shall not. An eternity without escape.
This doesn't look good.
Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Get away!
Rose, get back! Smite them
That's what I'm trying to do. But there's so many of them. Where are the other ones? Oh, that's the main one. Alright, then we'll finish this one off. my gosh, you serious? You're gonna do this to me this way? Ah, come on! Keep trying to drag me back into the middle of the attack. Why is she only targeting me?
Abandon your doubts for the true powers.
Oh, holy fountain!
God, this again?
Perish, but your despair shall not. An eternity without escape.
Are you alright?
Man, I've used that mystic art way too many times in this stream.
If you don't kill me, this stage will never know a curtain.
Simone, that's enough.
Do you accept death? Wait! Shepard!
There it is. So that's your real face.
Let's go. I'm worried about Gramps.
Oh, sure.
It's already too late. Everything is lined up just as our Lord has planned it.
And what? You think we're the types to just turn around and
We're
run
main
home?
characters, we don't do that.
Why must you fight back? The more you fight, the more you suffer. Why do you resist our Lord's vision? A world free of suffering, free of restraint. I know you haven't forgotten that wind seraph who gave his life for the burden of his sins. The answer he reached was that of revenge. Tell me, is that not the same goal our Lord shares? By denying our Lord, are you not denying him as well?
Dezel did suffer, I know. But he made a decision and put everything toward achieving it.
Yes, with the end goal of freedom from agony.
But Dezel was...
To resist and fight against one's own sins. Such foolishness is nothing less than the denial of the self. And for all that resistance and denial, all of the sacrifice, nothing awaits but an empty death.
Jeez, lighten up.
Simone, since you stopped resisting, have you ever felt truly alive?
What?
It is true that fighting back brings pain and suffering. But once you raise your head and take the first step toward your answer, wouldn't you think that is when life begins? At first, I'm sure, Dezel was trying to break free from his suffering. But even when he remembered his true past, did he curse the very sins you speak of? Did he despair and just give up?
Oh, I see.
So that's why in the end, Dezel was smiling. Why he was able to smile. Is that it, Lila?
What does that matter? If you don't reach the correct answer, you've got nothing to show for it but hollow contentment!
And when did contentment become a bad thing?
The goal is important, but that doesn't mean that the journey is not.
Mere sophistry.
Haven't you noticed by now? We're pressed for time, and yet here Lila is trying to do you a favor.
Simone, remember what you asked me that one time? Should one who only brings misfortune be allowed to exist? Is that entity evil to the core and worthy of death?
It wasn't a question that required an answer.
But I'm answering it anyway. You don't have to think of yourself as evil. Or, I mean, it's okay if you're evil.
What?
Well, I mean, that's not quite what I really wanted to say. Like,
Don't try to be eloquent.
I think all kinds of people
Exactly,
should live.
just say what you mean.
Together, we can find the way for all of us to be happy. And so you too.
You don't understand. You don't even understand how cruel you are. You talk of happiness, yet even now you snatch it away from me. I have no reason to exist if I cannot work for the cause of our Lord. No reason at all!
Will she not get it? Can I please punch her?
Let's go, Saray.
Yeah. Do you think we got our message across to her?
She was listening. More than that, I cannot say.
So this is Camelon.
My first time here, yet I
boy.
already know the place. Feels bizarre.
It's like time has stopped ticking here.
You might be more right than you realize, considering how much power Mautellus wields.
So, this is where he died.
Lila, are you okay?
Thank you, Saray. I'm just fine.
We got a ways to the shrine still. Keep your chins up.
Quite.
Alright. This is Camelon. This area is actually not that big. It's just a small village. There's nothing of note, really, in this area, as far as I remember. Except for, 2 more unique monsters, I think. I think they count as unique monsters. I never fought them. So I was like, great, I gotta come back here, like, later when I'm stronger.
Everyone okay?
You know, I can't help but feel sorry for Simone. She must have been having a hard time coping with her burdens.
To the point that she couldn't find meaning in her life until she started working for Heldalf.
And with such tremendous powers, too. It's a real shame she couldn't believe in herself.
She could have killed us with those powers of hers. I wonder if Heldalf ordered her not to.
But more than that, I'm wondering if she could have killed us. Her powers went beyond the typical domain of seraphic arts. They felt more special.
Oh, you mean like from an oath?
An oath she took not to kill anybody.
Humans, Seraphim, Hellions, whatever she's up against, she can do anything and everything but kill them. Feels like it means something, and at the same time, it doesn't.
But at the end, it felt like she was genuinely going all out on us.
That's how much she wanted to kill us. Even if it meant breaking her oath, losing her powers, and defying her feline overseer.
Yes. If she hadn't been hampered by the concentration of malevolence in this area, we were very lucky.
She hated me that much.
She was very angry. I don't know if you remember or if anyone remembers the layout of the final dungeon, because I don't. All I know is it's big. And I'm going to try to do it all in one sitting. I think I did it all in one sitting when I originally beat the game, but like when I got to the final dungeon, I think I saved and stopped playing, and then the next time I turned it on and did the final dungeon, so it wasn't too much, because I'd already done, I'd gotten to it, so I could just do that. Granted, we really haven't done much.
Keep your guard up.
Mabinogio I knew was going to be very brief. And the annoying thing is going to be fighting the monsters on top of the pillars. I imagine we have to fight them, right? I wasn't sure if we had to or if they were like alternate enemies or whatnot. Why are you birds so annoying? Bats, same thing. Camlon's founding monument.
This stone monument looks pretty new.
It says something here. Let this be the beginning.
A monument commemorating the establishment of Camlon?
The beginning of what, I wonder? Michael had just quit being a shepherd.
The beginning of a normal life with his family, I suspect.
And also, maybe, the first step toward a world without malevolence.
So Camlon's name, the Origin Village, it probably didn't initially mean the origin of the Age of Chaos.
He meant it to instill hope.
Michael.
There's still a chance, Lila. We can make Camlon the origin of hope again.
By bringing a close to the Age of Chaos.
Indeed.
I was like, there's a store here?
The malevolence is getting stronger and stronger. Are you guys doing all right?
You don't have to worry about us. We're fine.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, just worry about yourself.
Not an insult, Zestiria, maybe. It's really hard to tell with Edna. Jeez, that is very powerful. Like, I don't know what's up with that, but that's really cool.
Foe can stand in our way.
And Mysticar is very awesome. Why are you here, Turtles? How did you get here? Speak to me. Tell me the secrets of your methods of transportation. I'm very curious.
Oh, hey, we saw this before, in the Earthen Historia.
Michael's house.
Oh, this is it? How can you tell?
And you lived here too, right?
Yeah, I guess that means I was here myself, as a human baby.
So that makes Camlon your hometown, huh?
It's yours as well, isn't it?
I suppose. But I don't feel anything toward it.
It's just one of those historical technicalities.
I can't think of my hometown as anywhere but Elysia.
Yeah, same.
You and me. Elysians now and forever.
Now and forever.
I just realized, Loon, I don't know if you're still here. Your commentary is in my live stream channel, as opposed to the live stream chat channel. I just noticed that right now. That's funny. I was like, why am I clicking on live stream? I should be on the live stream chat channel. And so I clicked over there. I'm like, wait, where are all the messages I was just reading? I'm like, oh, they're in the other channel. What's happening? I was very confused. I didn't even realize it. So yeah, like, don't blame yourself. I didn't know. I only just realized it right now because I saw that I thought, like, is my mouse hovering over live stream? Why is it hovering over live stream? It shouldn't be over there. And they're like, oh no, my mouse isn't hovering over that because my mouse is somewhere else. And then I wasn't paying attention to the game and I died. I'm very smart as well. Exactly. Yeah, this is one of them. This guy actually looks really scary. I've never fought him before. Yeah, there's two unique enemies, one on this hill and one on the other one directly across from us.
underestimate.
Just look how big this thing is. Like, what is it? Has multiple weapons and a bunch of arms. It's kind of creepy. A very big boy. I never fought it before. So I'll definitely do that like later. Probably after I beat the game and get more levels, because the angel, the dragon knight, and the wizard dude were not super easy to take on, and that was on normal difficulty. So I can only imagine how hard these guys are. So do you remember? Because like in the setup to Maltelis' shrine is that there are 4 giant pillars that you need to go to for some reason. On top of all those 4 pillars are 4 unique monsters. Do I have to defeat them? I did when I originally played the game. I'm just curious if I actually had to. I really don't remember. And whoa, this one looks really interesting too. Oh, it's a dude on horseback. That's cool. So the other one is like this weird, giant, evil, dark creature. And this one is a golden knight on a golden horse. That's really cool. Definitely interested in fighting me one day.
Victory is ours.
Let's ignore them for now because they're probably very powerful.
I sense treasure nearby.
Enemy spotted, Lila.
Wow. Miklio's like, get out of here. He just blew those dogs away with water. Alright, you asshole. Knock it off.
You should be on your guard most.
Is there anything? Oh, herb. All right, I still have a bunch of herbs. I should probably use them. Oh, I still have the freaking. I forgot. The Here we go. Let's see. Let's do snacks. Health maintenance. Money. Yeah. All right, that's good. And yes, that was an herb. I found it. Oh, difficulty settings. Yeah, I know. Game gets harder when you increase the difficulty. I get it. That's why I don't do that. Oh, I'm going backwards. Alright. Wow, that looks evil. Alright then, let's go to Maltelis' shrine. This should be fun.
The amount of malevolence here is just crazy. If Saray wasn't here, we'd all be dragons by now.
Is Maltelis emitting it, or is it flowing into Maltelis? In either case, the malevolence here is definitely what turned Maltelis into a Hellion.
The heart of the malevolence seems to be in the back of the village, and there we should find...
Heldalf and Maltelis.
Let's go.
The Hellions in this region are incredibly strong. You must be careful.
I will. You guys do the same.
We got this. Never underestimate the Shepherd's posse.
Okay then. This is it. Artorious Throne. Final dungeon. Oh boy. It's big, it's confusing, it has a ton of enemies I don't like fighting.
Ugh, so much malevolence. It's way worse than the last time we fought Heldalf.
It just means we're getting closer and closer to him.
Yeah, we can't afford to let our guards
Yeah,
down.
instead of just being like dark and purpley, it's like all on fire.
What's this?
Treasure chest, man. What you think? Oh my gosh, why? Why? So what's in here? Oh, big boy.
Wasn't worried for a moment.
I'm digging her nails.
Just make sure her nails don't dig you.
It's a tiger Hellion which attacks Seraphim in the dark.
Don't try to face him one-on-one.
Ready?
Good luck.
Prepare yourself! Dig luminescence!
No, that's not what I want to do.
Let's do some fortune telling. Please pick one.
So, which side is the front?
David, are you asking me out?
I kind of like your interpretation.
It's a card deck. What do you mean which side's the front? The crest of Innomina.
The crest of Maltellus?
No, wait. Something's off. It's...
This is the crest of Innominat.
Innominat? Who's that?
A rather enigmatic seraph who only comes up in the oldest texts.
He was one of the 5 lords, before Mount Tellus.
a lord before Maltellus. Do the 5 lords switch in and out?
Everything comes and goes, without exception.
Really? Is that it?
Right now, those who worship Maltellus vastly outnumber adherents of the other 4 lords. Tomorrow, it may be the opposite.
I see. I guess that makes sense.
So this was a shrine to Innominat.
It looks like it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. Usually they can't help but go on and on about this stuff.
Lila, maybe we ought to...
Huh?
No, moving on.
Right. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Innominat. I feel like that's important, but probably not for this game. Innominat. Alright. Well, that didn't lead anywhere, so I guess we'll try this way now. Oh, great.
Surely this is fate.
Magical demons.
I'll take on this cute-looking succubus.
But she's a powerful opponent with few weaknesses.
We've come this far. We can't lose yet. The storm is coming! With all my strength, I shall smite evil! Goes divine wrath! Purification complete!
Wow. Calm, CPU Saray with the second Mystic Art.
My instincts tell me that there's
Got an
treasures nearby.
elixir.
Keep your guard up.
And of course, like most things, there's a unique battle theme for the final dungeon, which is pretty cool. Ooh, sorry, level up. There's something about Zestiria I keep meaning to bring up, but whoa, what are you?
Saray, I'm ready.
The voided eye is said to control empty space. Don't look at it right in the eye.
Hey, eye contact is basic etiquette.
I'm with Zavid here. Then again, in this thing's case, I feel like just looking in its general direction counts as eye contact. It was just, I don't remember if I talked about it because it was such a funny moment in Zestiria when you get Raven back and he's like, I told Estelle because she wasn't around. I told Estelle about everything that happened between us and everything, and she punched me, and I just thought that was funny because I remember that part of the game when we got Raven back and everybody took their turns hitting him.
I still got stamina to spare. You guys
And then he says that when Estelle came back and she told him what was up, he did the exact same thing. I thought she did the exact same thing. I thought that was really funny. Also very consistent. It's like no one hit him for no one hit him in Estelle's place because they knew she'd be back to hit him herself. Worry about that another day. Poor Raven.
That was radiant, Edna. Suppose I could learn from your level of reserve.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that Telltale games do the best. Their main characters, the groups, the heroes that you follow are pretty great. Like, once again, I have a lot of problems with Zestiria. The main cast isn't really one of them. Like, my biggest issue might be with Lila, and that's not so much her fault as it is just the story being like, we can't have her tell you anything. Ever. No matter what. That kind of sucks. It's not her fault. But beyond that, I like them all. I think they all interact very well together. They're, like, aside from the gameplay, they're the biggest pro this game has going for it. Because the supporting cast is kind of eh. The bad guys suck. Story's okay. But the characters, the main character is really fun. So I can't wait to do post-game stuff. And hang out with them some more.
That was a tough enemy. Let's prepare for our next battle.
Just look at this and tell me that the person designing it isn't some kind of sadist.
Is that a treasure chest?
Surely this is fate. It's said that Garudas possess godlike levels of mana.
And it can totally fly, too, so we better watch it.
It's Tarkaron all over again. Yeah, I feel Tarkaron was a little more navigatable than this, though. Because this is just chunks of land all over the place. Tarkaron was a bit more sensible in its map design. It was still like really big and really like crazy to navigate, of course. But this is just ridiculous. Like you look at it, it looks like someone had a bag of potato chips and they dropped them and they're like, hey, that looks like a map, and it's just like potato chips everywhere.
What a formidable opponent!
Yeah, unlocking the elevators kind of drove me nuts. Cause like, Vesperia had crashed on me prior. I know it never crashed on you, but it crashed on me a few times. And so the idea of doing that, because once you get to the top of Tarkron, there's a save point there. And then you have to basically, which is actually a really cool design. When you're at the top of Tarkron, there's a different path down you go that takes you to the elevator to the bottom, right? But it's just really cool because you're going down Tarkron completely all over again, just from a different side, and that's awesome. I like that. That's really cool. And then you reach the bottom, you have to do that whole maze puzzle thing, and then after you do the maze puzzle thing, then you can actually exit the dungeon and save. So I had to do all that, worried that the game would crash on me, because if it crashed on me in the middle of any of that, I would need to redo all of it.
There you go.
Luckily it didn't, and I was fine. I was able to complete that whole section without the game dying. Yeah, save is your only true, real, actual friend. What do you gotta say about this, Rose? Aye, boss. That's where he is, right? Heldalf, who's linked to Maltilis. I think the dinosaur is up here, right? I think this is the dinosaur. No, it is not. It is this man. It's Creepy Magic Man. Once again, I still don't remember if I have to beat these guys, but you have to unlock the doors, and these guys are at the top of the doors, so... It's really interesting that this is a Catoblepus. Let's see what we against. Water. Okay, where's Raging Tide? That's Rising Phoenix. There it is. Alright, you can stop defending against my spells and my attacks. I really have used that spell a lot this entire battle. And this entire stream, Mystic Art. It's really funny because whenever I think of a Catoblepus, I think of a giant four-legged beast. Because Final Fantasy. In Final Fantasy, Catoblepus are recolored behemoths. So it's just confusing that this guy is called a Catoblepus, but he's just a two-legged sorcerer. I'm like, what makes you Catoblepusy? Cloudburst. Oh no. Where's Cloudburst? Mini boss from Final Fantasy V. Ooh, I never finished Final Fantasy V. I got really far in it, I think. I got to the second world, so I don't know if that's far in Final Fantasy V, but that's as far as I got.
So, did you regret making Saray a shepherd?
Saray is an admirable shepherd. How could I?
Do you think he can win against Heldalf and Moutelis?
Tell us! Shall I read?
He probably can. I mean, I did it before. Alright, so I defeated that one. Did I get an item for it? I got an imbued orb. Okay, then no, they don't count as unique monsters, so I probably have to defeat them because they give me a different kind of orb. I see. Actually, let me give away the herbs actually while we're here. I don't have as many as I usually do, but might as well. Focus. I definitely didn't reach it then because I know for a fact I did. I barely got. I think I probably stopped playing as soon as I got to the second world. Not because I hated the game or anything, but just because I kind of stopped playing it. And then I tried to get back into it, but it's an old RPG, so it doesn't tell you where you were or what you were doing. Like I honestly have no idea what was the last thing I was doing in Final Fantasy V. No clue whatsoever. It was a really fun game though. I wouldn't mind like playing it again. Oh my gosh. Armor dude.
What's this?
Keep your guard up. Purity, go forward.
A servant ever loyal to his master.
Is this your first time seeing a lifeless Hellion? Loosen up, buddy.
Quit being such a creeper and cover me.
Loosen up, buddy. Mikleo no can do. He doesn't understand what that means. Dude is wound up tight. I can't wait to play Final Fantasy 7. But once again, as we all know, I have a pretty ridiculous backlog, so that's not going to be anytime soon. I was going to do that, Saray. Oh yeah, the gold saucer, don't remind me. I have a lot of games I gotta try to get farther in. Well, now that I beat this game, when I'm totally done with this game, I think I'll probably go back to playing Kingdom Hearts 3.
After a battle.
Because I have to do my second run of that game on critical mode, the newly released super hard DLC mode. Not DLC, it's a free update. But I'm looking forward to doing that. Oh no, the dragon flare.
Its size speaks for itself.
It's ferocious too. Don't let your guard down.
Try not to get sucked into it.
Sucked into?
It's a winged dragon with strong attacks.
We have no chance of winning if we can't avoid getting hit. What? Blistering bangs! My bow is ahead! The vortex follows you!
Yeah, that big dragon that he just took out in the back. It's probably my least favorite enemy to fight in this area. From what I remember on my first playthrough.
My instincts tell me that there's treasures nearby.
Get ready!
Oh, it's Arachne.
So, is it like a spider or what?
It said that the Hellions form embodies its emotions. So this one used to be a stalker, huh?
Sure.
A specter, a ghost that wanders this world.
I wouldn't show them sympathy if I were you.
Don't worry, I'm not here to give a sermon.
No, what happened to Rose? She's like, Ghost! So I can do a ton of things. I can fight to save the world, but Ghosts, that's where I draw the line.
Incredible knife handling. Do you have anything?
I'm not hiding anything, I swear!
We all know that's not true.
Come, Zavid!
I feel really good. They just turned on the AC over here. And this feels really comfortable. I'm worried I might start falling asleep though. Oh yeah, I went out shopping for more adult stuff recently. I actually bought I bought a new pillow and new blankets. It's like the most adult thing I've done in a while. I've actually never bought myself pillows or blankets. It's always been like my mom or my older sister. But like we went out to shop for stuff, and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Bed Bath," and I'm like, "Ooh, can I have like, I need a pillow." Because I had 2 flat pillows that I've been sleeping on for way longer than I should have been. So got those right, and I have a firm pillow.
I mean, I used to be pretty okay at making
It's specifically firm. It's like it's a pillow recommended for people who sleep on their backs, which is what I do a lot. I sleep on my side sometimes, but I always end up going back to sleeping on my back. It's more comfortable that way for me. I don't know how it is for anyone else. Do you sleep on your back, on your side, or on your face?
I mean, I used to be pretty okay at making food.
Let's restore our health.
I think probably the suckiest thing I discovered recently is that, and by recently I mean like just now, that none of the grade you earn here affects anything on the overworld, which I think is pretty garbage. Like none of your, like Uno, if you fight in Mount Mabinogio, that grade goes to Uno. But if you fight in the hallway where you fight Simone, that area, it does not go to Uno. The grade there goes to no one. And I'm like, that's dumb. I kind of wish that the grade you earn in the final dungeon is just random. Like every battle, the grade you earn goes to a random seraph. I'd prefer that over it not going to anyone. Because you spend, honestly, you're going to spend the most time in the game here because it has the strongest enemies. So it's the best place to grind. And the fact that you grind here to get a ton of grade and get nothing for it is kind of garbo. Being totally honest. I'm burning. Someone help.
What a formidable opponent!
Yeah, my pillows were not good at all. They were super flat.
Could this be some sort of training?
It's not called training, it's called grinding. It's something all gamers do, Lila. Get in the zone. Auto zone. I don't know why I'm getting so jippy with Lila. Yeah, we completed the
This probably
we
doesn't
completed the
suck.
fire and wind
Is that a treasure
towers.
chest?
That just leaves the water and earth towers. So do you think this is where the dinosaur is? I remember that the one of the unique enemies on top of here is just straight up called a dinosaur. Nope, that is not a dinosaur. It's like what, a manticore? A hippogriff. That makes more sense. Weak to fire, huh? So cool. I love Calamity Flare. It's so cool. A giant advancing wall of fire.
I was clearly the star of that battle.
It's easiest to notice the dimmer stars when they shine, they say.
Yeah, before I exit out the main way, I want to burn the thing down here. Because that was what was blocking me from coming here originally. Because like I could approach this edge, but I wouldn't be able to warp to it because of the, that. Whatever it's called. This. Smack. Now I can get through.
I sense treasure nearby.
Man, there are a lot of enemies here.
Ready for some fun?
I was only going to play as Rose for a little bit, but, you know, I've been playing as Stray a ton, so I might as well hang out with her. If I want to stick with Rose till the final battle, I guess I could do that. I mean, I don't know. We gotta be our boy Stray for the ending. I mean, I just noticed, but they've probably been doing it all game. But I heard Lila, like, calling out that it's weak to fire, and I think it was Lila. Rose just said wind seems to be effective. It's really funny because, like, we were just playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They do that too, right? Like a Gramps tells you what the enemy's type is, and you can adjust accordingly to that to hit them with what they're weak against. Like the enemy's now light, which means swap to dark, or they're water, earth. Very handy. I just imagine Gramps peeking out of Rex's helmet with a little spyglass. He's like, I see.
Are there any herbs around here? How's this?
I guess this is as good as mine. This area is a little weird.
My instincts tell me that there's treasures nearby. Let's make it quick.
I remember a friend of mine, someone I know, pointing that out on Twitter. That a lot of the like people tied to the Seraph remind them of a. Heck, I mean it's pretty much the same. Like Saray is basically a driver with 4 blades, kind of like Rex, and you need to swap out to whatever they are.
No one
Can stand.
But me!
Sigh. Also, like the elements, you got like Pyra and Lila are fire. You got Dromark and Mikli are water. Zavid and Rock or Wind or Dezel. And who's the other one? Earth. Who's Earth? Is there an important Earth blade? Oh, Poppy. Poppy's Earth. So Poppy and Edna, and both tiny little girls. That's perfect.
Let's make it quick.
Gonna feel the
Point
burn.
on elemental attack.
Better look tomorrow.
I need this crossover right now. They even have cute little buddies. The Zestiria crew has attack, and the Xenoblade crew has Gramps, and also Tora, I guess. Tora's a cute little tabby cat Nopon for some reason. He's got those tabby markings.
Check me out.
Purification
Oh yeah,
complete.
Phoenix. Phoenix is super loud. I really did like Phoenix though. That was pretty cool. I wasn't sure what to expect. I had a feeling it'd be a fight, but I thought that he would like inhabit like a recolored armored
treasure
guy,
chest?
just like Attack. Like when we fight Attack, he's a Hellion and he's this giant armored dude. So I thought if we were gonna fight Phoenix, he'd do the same thing. Like maybe he'd be just a red armored dude or something. Not that we'd literally fight the Norman and we beat the Norman's face in. Granted, he beat my face in like 6 times. Yeah, me neither. That was a twist I did not see coming. It was like it was in the top 10 greatest plot twists of all time.
I sense treasure nearby.
Cause like they always pointed out to that little charm on her umbrella, the Norman, and she would always just wave it off like, nah, it's nothing special. It's just a Norman, or it's just a mascot. It doesn't do anything. You can stretch its neck out and stuff like that. She was always making jokes, I guess. So like I believed her. I'm like, yeah, it's not important. I mean, if Edna says it's not important, it's not important.
This is trouble.
I also like the new umbrella I gave Edna. I think it's really cool. I think it's interesting that that one didn't even do like a special look at the door kind of thing. It's just like, oh, you busted everything in front of the door. Then I guess it's open now. So this is the Earth one. So now this is where the dinosaur is. I'm looking for that dinosaur. It's got to be here. What is that? I don't remember. Are you a crocodile? Because you're not a dinosaur. Vomit. Very weak to physical. Its weakness is wind. So I guess, well, I guess on every single tower, the dinosaur is on the last tower. These enemies are really weird in the tower, I'll tell you that much. They're level 80, they have some pretty dumb stats, and yet they don't attack ever. And their attacks are horribly telegraphed and incredibly easy to avoid. I'm like, what's the point of these enemies? Are they supposed to be strong, or are they just supposed to be there? Because a lot of the bosses in the end kind of suffer from that. Phoenix was not like that. Phoenix was pretty active. But even the final boss, I feel he doesn't attack at all. Which is just very weird. Oh, you see, that got me, but that's because I wasn't paying attention. It shouldn't have gotten me. I mean, look at this thing. It's not doing anything. It's just walking around. It very slowly hits us with its claw, maybe, and then it casts spells that are like level 1 rock spells. It's like if you were at the end of the game and you were throwing out ground dashers and absolutes left and right, and then the enemy was just using stone blast. It's like, what? It doesn't. It's weird. You know what other boss fight suffers from that? Aizen. I fought Aizen when I first played the game, and his boss fight is the exact same thing. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there while you wail on him for like 30 minutes, which I thought was really weird. It took forever to kill him, like seriously. Though, to be fair, I was under leveled when I fought him. Then again, I guess maybe it affects the difficulty too. Like not just the battles, but like the game's set difficulty. Because I noticed when I decrease the difficulty to simple in my fight against Rose and Zavid, they stood around a lot more. Like they attacked less. They still attacked a bunch, but less than they did on the normal. So I guess like increasing the difficulty increases the ratio. And the smartness of the AI, which I guess it makes sense. It's just like in other Tales games, the smartness of the AI was never an issue. It was always the just their stats. That's all the difficulty would do, is boost their stats. They'd behave pretty much the same regardless of the difficulty. Just die already. It still has 9,000 left, but why? Just die. Oh wow, just like that. That's what I get for making fun of it. It got mad. game is really weird looking, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, what is it? It's kind of creepy. Like, what is it doing? Okay, alright, it did something then, but... I'm waiting for... Oh, she already got back up. I was waiting for Edna to come back. Yeah, I guess it's like here. I assume... I haven't fought too much on higher difficulty, so I didn't really notice if enemies become more active or whatnot. I was like, I can wait. No.
You're working so hard, Lila. But who's it for?
If you're asking if it's for you, then yes, partially.
Zavita's trying. That's really funny. Lila's very smooth at the Hall avoid the touch thing. She like twirls away and he's like, uh-oh. Alright, so that leaves the dinosaur as the last one, which is might be a little rough because the dinosaur is pretty big. He takes up a lot of the battlefield. But once again, if he is as incompetent at fighting me as these other ones are, then it won't be that big of an issue.
What's this?
It's a Viking hat, Saray. Aren't you like a history nerd?
You're not gonna run away?
Remember the days of that Nebulum boss fight from Tales of the Abyss? And how absurdly difficult that was? She had like 1,000,000 HP. And was like constantly killing you with every single one of her attacks. It was a good time. Tales of the Abyss is a good game. It's always challenging.
Be sure to let me know if there's treasure nearby. Got it?
Like, there was one time I fought the final boss at the end of Tales of the Abyss. I was like, I want to fight the final boss again because he's a lot of fun to fight. So I fought him on unknown difficulty. At that point, I was like super high level. Like, I don't think I was at 200, but I was at a super high level. And he almost killed me. Like, I got really close to wiping, and I was like, whoa. I kind of underestimated him because I'm like, he's just the final boss. I have crazy stats and abilities. I should be fine. Not really. Like, have you ever dealt with Radiant Dragon and Shining Dragon? He spams those like crazy. Yeah, she stole a lot of our Mystic Art. She loved playing with them. Not to mention her own Mystic Art Fragmented End was pretty ridiculous too. So ridiculous and so awesome, they took a piece of it and gave it to Dallas in Tales of Zestiria. Dallas's Mystic Art should be called copyright infringement. I think Nebulum should sue. Yeah, early in the game, a lot of enemies only take 1 HP of damage, and they have so much HP, it's pretty nuts. I never really play Abyss on Unknown like from the beginning. I kind of turn it on to Unknown in the middle of it. If I'm doing a playthrough where I have like 20 times the XP, then yeah, that's when I'll do it. Oh, Tales of the Abyss had one of my favorite boss fights ever. It had the tag team boss fight against the Van's commanders, but like they're clones, remember? You have to fight Largo, Arietta, Legretta, and Sync all at the same time.
My instincts tell me that there's treasures nearby.
Like you fought 3 of them at once, and then when you defeated one, another one would jump in. That's a pretty cool fight. Maybe one day I'll beat Fantasia. I played it very briefly. I enjoyed what I played, I just didn't play it a lot. It's really interesting, because it's like, it's so old, so it doesn't have a lot of the things that you're used to in Tales game, but also it has a lot of the things you're used to in Tales game. It's like easy to see, playing Fantasia, where the idea for a lot of things came from. Like in future Tales games. It's charming. And the game does it start with Dallas casting Indignation, or is it someone else casting Indignation on Dallas? I think it was someone else, some old dude. Oh, by the way, because I don't know, and I asked my sister, but I forgot to look it up. Who is the last of the cameo enemies in Vesperia? Because I know Kratos, obviously. I know Daos, obviously. Barbados, you told me his name, so I'm like, okay, that's weird. I don't know where he's from. Who's the other one? Who's the lady? Who's she? What game's she from? I honestly don't know. I don't recognize her at all. Like, Daos and Kratos are pretty recognizable instantly. Once again, I don't know who Barbados is. I only know who he is because you told me. How are you guys already tired? Jeez, do some exercise. Eternia. Oh, it got me as I was going through the door.
I was clearly the star of that battle.
It's easiest to notice the dimmer stars when they shine.
Instant victory. Defeated 5 foes at once. Dang, that was cool. Where the heck am I? I went inside, now I'm here. I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Yeah, the no items ever is pretty freaking hilarious. Like, he gets really upset at you, but also the animation of his Mystic Art is really funny. It's especially funny if you do it, like, when you're as far away from him as possible, because he, like, flies over to where you are. He, like, gets magnetized to you. Don't make me come over there and kick your ass. Too late. It's just really funny.
Still no sign of him or his traps? The wait is almost the worst thing.
I'm starting to feel very uneasy about this.
Hey, didn't I tell us to keep our chins up? Doesn't do any good to speculate.
You're right.
What's the point of these rooms if there's nothing in here? Great. Like, Phoenix is a quick little bugger. Hey, you should do that if you ever get a chance. Like, get to the Barbados fight, get as far away from him as possible, and then just use an item. And just watch him go flying at you. It's really funny. Because, like, the camera zooms out and you see him go all the way across the field. just to come at you. This is great. I tried to go around it. I'm like, what if I use an hourglass? And yeah, if you use an hourglass, if he stops, obviously it stops everything. But the second the hourglass runs out, he'll do it anyway, and he'll go after whoever used the hourglass. So yeah. What's Gale Dog do? I think you mentioned it a lot. You've mentioned that repeat is very useful for a few of his moves, but I never really noticed. It's not repeat's fault. It's more that I'm playing the game by myself. There's like 9 playable characters, so I don't know like what the ins and outs of everyone's movesets are. I know Yuri's moveset the best, and then it just gets worse from there depending on when the characters joined. And repeats is one that I know nothing about his moves. I just know that he has a move that you go through an enemy and you're behind them. Oh, it makes you invincible for 5 seconds? Really? That sounds pretty busted. That sounds pretty busted. I like it. The little doggo mastered invincibility before anyone else. How are the 5 of us and a dog supposed to go through an entire military blockade? That's still one of my favorite lines, because they all know the absurdity of bringing a dog along in their world-saving adventure. Repeat deserves all of the treats, just every single one of them. The rest of the party should be cooking him dog food instead of the other way around.
Gonna grovel and apologize, huh?
Is that a treasure chest?
Oh, did I make it to the end? I think I did.
We're here to purify you, but it'll still hurt. You know, you're pretty mature, Rose.
Coming from you, I'm not sure how to take that.
What now, Edna?
And you're such a kid. Guess we should do this.
He doesn't type something up quickly? Alright, get back here. Weird creepy ghost lady. What are they weak against anyway? Ah, I see.
there somewhere.
Okay, well I definitely saw the path to the final boss, so we're just about there. All I need to do is clear this last tower, and then I can go through, I assume. I don't know if we have to do the towers, actually, now that I think about it, but it's not that there's anything stopping me, or telling me that I can't, or that I shouldn't, or that I won't.
Sense treasure nearby. Let's do this!
Got it! Don't blink, or you'll miss it! I'll hit them all! Round four! Gotcha! Power tap! See you next month, loser! We'll be
I want to become stronger as a seraph.
Oh, that's a cool way to get people's mystic arts. I like that. And I mean, I assume that I would... Oh, right, I remember this part. I see you. Gosh dang. They had to bring the dungeon in here. It's like they knew. They knew that no one likes the dungeon. That sounds really cool, though. I mean, if I was to go to the final right now, to where the star's leading me, it's like, oh, there's a barrier in the way. I wonder why. Then, like, I would get it. But I don't know. I'm just doing it because, like the first game proved, the bosses at the top of these towers are nothing special. Oh, there's a dinosaur. He's a big boy. He's very mad. So big. That'll help. I forgot you could edit the camera. Okay, so what's he weak against? Earth, I thought so. Do I have Lila? Nope. I was gonna take Edna, but he took him. Is there anything else I can hit him with? Wind, I can do wind, because he resists fire and water. But he's neutral wind, that's good. What was the whole point of that if you're not even gonna use Edna's power? Then I'll do it, Mr. Man. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I saw. Oh, I lost Edna. That's not good. I saw. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I saw Endgame a few days ago. I've been meaning to talk about this all stream. No spoilers. It was freaking amazing. Oh, it has Final Embrace. I forgot about that. Seriously, Avengers was freaking amazing. I wish I could say more, but there really isn't much to say. It was just a really good movie. 3 hours of craziness. I super loved it. 100 out of 10 would definitely watch again. I want to see it again. Super bad.
You're pretty much screwed.
I'm in a bind here.
Rose, you idiot.
Sorry, Edna. I was gonna swap you out with someone so you didn't get murderized like that, but it's too late now. Wow, one of his attacks is just to neigh. I didn't know dinosaurs neighed. This thing looks really cool, honestly. Like, of all things to see in this game, I did not expect a giant crazy dinosaur to be one of them. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say about Avengers. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, obviously. Spoiling a movie, such a crazy movie that people have been waiting for so long. Not cool.
You're pretty much screwed.
I'm in a bind here.
You're pretty much screwed.
You act on instinct way too much.
Oh? Did your instincts tell you that?
It's even interesting that these enemies have like unique death cries or something. Either way, I defeated it. That was the last of them. So funny. Okay. Let's go out this door, see where it leads.
That smell. Is it herbs?
I don't know, Saray, you tell me. You're the one with the weird nose. Oh, here we are now. So then where did the bottom one lead? I guess it just went back? Oh well, here we are. We made it. This is it.
I'll protect you, Rose.
Man, you're pretty strong, Zavid.
Well, you know what they say. You can never be too strong.
Do they say that? I feel like Zvi just made that up to try to impress Saray. He's like, yeah, man. Quote. It will be written down in all the pages of everything to come forever and always. We made it. This is it. Fight time.
Hey, Zavid. Didn't you say before that you had a score to settle with Mautellus?
Yeah, but it looks like I won't have to kill him.
The fact that you met Saray opened new possibilities for you, didn't it?
Yes, my fated meeting. Too bad my destiny was a shepherd, not a pair of hot twins.
Are you dumb?
Seriously. To kill one of the 5 lords? Even to think that you could kill them is ridiculous.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, you never know what'll happen
But
until
also,
you
that's a
try.
good argument.
You knew your answer from the start, and you've stuck with it the whole way through. I'm actually impressed.
Why, thank you, Rosie. Care to sign a pact and be my vessel?
Too far.
Ow! Thanks a lot, Zavid.
Hmm?
It makes me really happy that by meeting each other, you found a way to save yourself.
Saray. I swear, you're the corniest guy alive. You gotta stop being such a softie. We still got work to do.
Right.
Alright then, this is it.
Where the hell is this?
This is incredible.
It defies all reason.
The massive amount of malevolence must be behind this warped scenery.
And so, that's why the landscape here is so out of this world?
If there is a hell, I wonder if it's like this.
Says the person who's actually been to it.
I told you I'd tell you all about it when I see it, ladies. And I have a feeling I won't be waiting long.
Glad to see everyone still got the energy to joke around at least.
They're the same as ever, that's for sure.
I don't think you guys can be the ones to say that.
Oh yeah? Well then how about a guy like me?
Very reassuring.
Yeah, really.
So I found this sketchy-looking equipment.
Sketchy? You'd have to not know left from right as a merchant if you really think so.
You're lecturing me about the ways of a merchant?
It's true that its name, appearance, and capabilities are all kind of wonky. But you can fuse it with the same types of equipment.
But that's expensive, isn't it?
You might think so, but the cost of fusion will be offered at its lowest price ever. Soon this wonky piece of equipment will be a household item.
So it is actually wonky?
Plus, get this. If you fuse it 10 times and then hand it over to the Lord of the Land, guess what happens?
The Lord of the Land will provide you, and only you, with a free blessing.
Isn't that the same as with any other equipment?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, wait, what are they leading to? You can do that with literally anything. But that's what you get. For beating those guys on top of the tower, I think each of them dropped crappy equipment. Which is like the weakest, lowest level stuff ever. But I think it can fuse with anything. I think that's the whole deal about it. That's why it's valuable, so to speak. I remember that. So what level is everybody? Saray, 86, Rose, 86, Edna, 80, Zavid, 83, Mikleo, 83, and Lila, 81.
Focus, guys!
What the heck was that? I did not see anyone casting some big spell of anything.
I still got stamina to spare.
Alright then. Artorious Throne. A ruined altar once belonging to the ancient Five Lords sect. It remains unclear to which of the Five Lords it was dedicated. Artorious' throne? Geez, I wonder if it was dedicated to Artorious. Or, Init, whatever. The other one that they talked about. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Lady Lake, or... Actually, let's go to Logren, because they actually sell more... I don't know if I need anything, but just in case. How much does it cost? 31,000. Oh, screw that. Is Lady Lake any cheaper? No, warping out of here takes that much money. Alright, well... Wow, I have a lot of money, though. Yeah, we'll do it. We're gonna go back, we're gonna rest at the end. Maybe buy something if we have anything to buy, and then we're gonna go fight the final boss. like a second home. Are you all ready for this? Everybody in the chat who is Apricot, Dewfruit, Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, and Lurks. Ha, I get it, Lurks. End game time. So let's just hop back right over there, because there's no reason not to. In front of the high. It costs a lot less to warp here than it does to warp out. Alright, I saved the game. Rested at the end. Everything's good. Finale time. This is what we've been building to, Rocky. This is why we're here. I believe this place was in the flashback. Right, this is where, wow, it's so much bigger for no good reason. Settle the score with Heldalf. Cool with the dramatic build-up, alright? Of course you do. Hey, isn't this where, like, Mikleo was sacrificed as a baby? Good memories here. This place is nice.
We're here. Yeah.
Saray, no matter what, all of us are here behind you. Never forget that.
So, there you have it.
So there you have it.
Let's kick some ass!
Thanks, guys. For everything.
Time to bring an end to all of this.
Let's go.
I agree, Rose is pretty great. But I mean, I've been saying this the entire
The two of
stream.
them haven't once mentioned their Gramps ever since we entered
All
Camlon.
14 parts.
True. Perhaps they mean to show him that it won't do him any good to bring harm to Zenris.
I don't know. Look to me like they're just scared. Like they're afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses.
Come on.
But yeah, this looks like a final area. There's nothing else to go on here. Oh, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're gonna finish it. I can't believe I actually made it to the end. This seemed like such a far off dream, like a month ago. But here we are.
Heldalf, it's time to settle this!
A world where all who live know pain. It is indisputable that every creature yearns to be liberated from this senseless suffering. Why do you fight back, Shepherd?
It may be that the world you strive for would free us all from suffering and anguish. But I still don't think it's the right solution.
We don't want to avert our eyes from pain.
Only in knowing hardship can we celebrate and feel enlivened in the good times.
That's right. We want to be able to feel that we're alive.
The peace that only comes from fighting against suffering. Surely you don't think the world should consider that a blessing?
We're not saying it's a bad thing to run away from it.
Just that we don't plan to do that.
I merely speak of the laws of nature.
You mean to live is to obey the laws of nature?
What else would it be?
You're wrong. All that is not being dead. You, of all people, ought to know just how painful that can be.
Let me ask you one more time, Shepherd Saray. Join me.
Never!
The Lord of Calamity and the Shepherd. So they are this world's light and dark. But I will not succumb to light.
I won't give in to darkness! Purity, come!
Oh, I'm still Rose.
Now tell us his
An
powers
immovable
outright.
object meets an unstoppable
Otherwise, we'll never be
force.
able to identify their bond. Got it.
You know what I mean. Heldalf, level 80, 50,000 HP. When I originally fought him, I was level 70. But thanks to 2 times the XP, now I'm level 86. So, yeah. It shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be, but who knows. Oh, he did a Kamehameha. Copyright infringement.
This guy's brutal. How'd he get so damn strong?
Maybe he's all tweaked out on catnip.
You think?
Such blather. Where does this spark come from? Someone like you.
Would never understand.
Maybe he's tweaked out on catnip. I mean, is there any proof that he isn't, right? He only resists void. Elemental stuff is good.
But of course, no matter how strong you get, you cannot abandon the one who raised you.
Saray?
Gramps. What?
You said you wouldn't give in to darkness. Then what is it you feel this very moment?
He's absorbed Zenris?
Saray, stand back! Saray!
Layla, if we purify him, we can save Gramps, right? Layla! Gramps!
Do you feel it? The pain of hurting one's beloved children?
You're cheating. That's cheating.
Go on, save him, if you can.
Gramps! Gramps! You monster! Just kick his ass! Then we can talk!
I can get behind that.
Yeah, if we just wail and moan, we're sunk.
I thought you had a way to sever the bonds of Hellions. Why aren't you using it on me?
I knew he was plotting something, but
This is worse than using Zenris as a hostage.
Saving your guardian would require you to sacrifice your comrades. But if you use it, you'll never defeat me. It's quite the quandary, isn't it, Shepard?
Heldalf, how could you?
Because he's a maniac kitty beard.
Crimson Flare! May it burn your soul!
Saint Zero, here goes!
come forward. This is for you, Rose. Concentrate on your hands tied. This is for you, Rose. Ready for dirty dancing. Help, freeze and flash it.
I was like, why is he resisting everything? Because he resists void, you dummy. I was gonna switch to Saray, that's fine. You can switch to Saray for the next fight.
Watch your health. Can't end.
Are you kidding me, both of you? The heck is wrong with you guys? I guess he did shove a giant lion thing right in your face.
You understand now how meaningless it is to resist?
You know more than anyone what it is to suffer. How could you inflict that same pain on other people?
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people, your sin.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Magnetic fields! Come for me!
There we go. Barely pulled that off.
Rose, wait! I won't ask you to understand, or ask you not to hate me. So please, let me do this.
But Rose,
Please. There must be some other way.
You can't stand the thought of losing your own family. Isn't that precious?
Screw you! Gramps, Muse, none of them would have had to die if it weren't for you! It's all your fault!
Yeah, you're not the ones who suffered for such a foolish decision.
So, what will you do?
I'll work it out somehow! That's what I promise!
This is not the place for a squad.
Saray!
This is something that I have to do myself. Thank you, Rose, for everything.
Saray! Idiot!
Saray. Stand back, everybody.
I won't let you carry this by yourself.
You're not fit to save anyone!
Use Raw Brûlée!
You know full well the
He
rules,
means
right?
when that's the very
You
reason.
idiot.
I know. It all depends.
I humbly
on the path
accept.
you believe in, and live your life to the fullest. And I know you will not go astray.
Gramps, I won't forget this pain.
Saray, Mikleo, well done.
Your resistance is such that you would dirty your own hands? So be it. I shall grant you true loneliness. Artorious!
Oh, good gosh, I forgot how big this fucking thing was.
Before me, all of it is worthless.
No turning back for
I mean, let's be honest.
either of us now.
You know,
we
if you're a
did it, we
supporting
can take
character in a
everything
Tales
we've
of
ever
game,
done.
you're on
Isn't that
borrowed
right,
time
Heldalf?
at all times. That's how it works.
Urchin.
These games honestly don't give a shit, and it's pretty great.
Saray, remember, we can only afford to use it 4 times.
Fire us at him while Armatize as the ultimate attack.
Make sure you pull the trigger when he stumbles so you don't miss.
It'll take stones to pull it off. Can you handle it?
I'll be supporting you too! We can do it, Saray!
Yeah!
Purify the earth! There you go! Give us your blessing!
Bleed bang! Return to void! Be gone! Let's see
And the game will tell me. I wasn't sure if it would, but it does. It says, hey, Armatize now and do it.
Doesn't look good!
Lord of Wind! Spirit cleansing! Elixir of Attack! Here goes! Carbide Burst! Blistering Fangs! Open the way forward! Blue Flurry! Strike Burst! Ocean Blitz! Break on through!
Feeling the pump.
Here goes! Open the way forward!
This is for you, Rose.
Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect! Watch your health!
Not dead yet.
Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect!
Abandon
Spirit
the
cleansing! Elixir protect! Breakdown!
Lightning vortex. Go get him. Sleeping Beauty.
Aiming for Rose! Get back! Lightning vortex! Aiming fire! Breakdown! Lightning vortex!
Retreat for now.
Blue flurry! Here it goes! Open the way forward! I need a hand!
Burning shot.
Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect!
Thou dwellst in the depths of despair.
Blue bang! Let's go!
Command the heavens and earth.
Ailment. Rain of
Thou art but void and nothingness.
I won't lose!
healing circle.
Now go, Saray.
Yeah, I got ya.
Doll! The strength of an earth type! Revolution!
Flames of crimson.
How cruel.
All right, got one.
You've given up someone you called a friend. And what has it earned you?
Edna was awesome.
A meaningless death.
We're
She's
going
not
to
just
stick
a
to our
friend. She
beliefs.
has an umbrella and a
Until the
mascot
very
on
end.
top of it.
That did it! Who's rock away? Burst!
Release my spirit.
Breakdown! As you're assault!
This fight gets harder the longer it goes because you have less and less Seraphs.
Burst! Ocean blast! As you're assault!
Armatized Heldalf.
Blue flurry! Break on through! I need a hand! Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect! Blue flurry!
Vermilion crescent.
Spirit!
I
Elixir
didn't want to do
protect!
that.
Ocean blast! Break on through! Burst!
Burning shot.
Can I not do Mystic Arts on him?
Burst! Here goes! Lightning vortex! Spirit cleansing! Burst! Breakdown! Ocean blitz! Rose, get back! Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect! Ocean blitz! As your assault! Spirit cleansing! Elixir protect! Breakdown! Break on through! Aim and fire! Here goes! Lightning vortex! Three become one!
Vermilion crescent.
Trinity arrow! What?
I don't want to do Trinity. I want to do Arrow Squall. Does a lot more damage, or I mean, I feel like it does, but I don't know.
Arrow squall!
My consciousness extends.
Oh, is he doing that thing again?
Arrow squall!
This is where you have to hit him certain times, otherwise he'll kill you,
Pierce the sky!
right?
Thou art but void and nothingness.
Breakdown! Go, Saray! Blue flurry! Heldalf! The Azure Vortex! I'll stop it! Aqua Limit!
The power of Siegfried.
We're all still fighting.
That's right. Don't you get that?
You fools are blind to reality.
Don't push yourself, Lila! Be gone! Strike! It's over! Cut my path! Strike! Bang! Let's give it up! Torrent Spin! That did it! Lila! Miss Miama! I need a hand! Molten wall!
And defense. Be cautious.
Dancing flames! Ground fire!
I know he's dumb power. I know he has stupid levels of power. No need to tell me, Lila. I'm fighting him.
Calamity flare! Come forth! Feel it! Soul River!
Good.
Oh, jeez. He's got so much freaking range.
Rose!
I wish this game had, like, treats and specifics. Where you could heal everybody a bunch.
Retreat for now.
No, I won't retreat. I will destroy this evil cat man.
flames! Come on! Let's get some speed up here! Flames! Calamity flare! Appear, flames! Calamity flare!
Oh, he's only got 55,000 left. Really? Man, we've been rocking him.
Calamity flare! Burn! Torrent spear! Get lost! Molten fire! Get lost! Get lost! Molten fire! Crimson cross!
Where the heavens shine.
Dang, he got really far along with that one.
Heldalf, the white flames of purification!
Magnetic field. Your squad.
He got really far with that last attack. I was not ready for that. I'm like, why isn't it letting me do it?
No longer Artorious. This is the end.
Don't be so sure of that.
Neither of you cherish your lives.
You just noticed? We were ready for this ages ago.
We do cherish our lives. It's just that we know that there's a greater cause, I think.
Embarrassing.
Hey, I'm wind. You can't do that to me. I'm wind. I have wind power. Yeah, this is where it gets really testy, because there's only one left.
Embarrassing. This doesn't look good.
Torrent speed! Dark Star!
Whirling dragon.
Here we go! Rose, get back! Cloudburst! Here we go! Cloudburst!
No, 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 no.
Here we go! Cloudburst!
I want her to use that on herself. Why did it auto start on me?
Here we go! Cloudburst! Here we go!
Sleeping dragon.
Here we go! Cloudburst! Rose!
Embarrassing.
I need a hand! You feel it? Soul resonance! You feel it? Soul resonance!
Jeez, he is way too good at this.
Embarrassing.
You feel it? Soul resonance! I need a hand! Here we go!
Take this.
Cloudburst! What? Here we go! Cloudburst! You feel it? Soul resonance! Rose!
Thou dwellst in the depths of despair. I command the heavens.
Cloudburst!
Thou art but void and nothingness. Magnetic field. Where the heavens shine, there am I.
Put it here!
Thou turn the gates of hell.
Tiger Blade! Let's give it up!
Thunder of the gods.
You know what to do, Saray.
You better believe it.
Yeah! Heldalf! The wind that shall lead the way! The time is now! Zestiria!
We did it. Everyone.
It's all over.
Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh, that got really close for the third one. Or was it the second one?
Have you run out of
Oh
options?
my gosh, die already, please. We just went through a Smash Fest.
Saray?
more words, I take it.
Let's do this!
Right, of course, because there needed to be a third fight too.
Weakling!
Oh my gosh.
Weakling! Weakling!
Be gone! Blade Bang! Fear the storm! Blade Bang! Dragon Bang! Sonic Flurry! Fear the storm!
Weakling!
Runic Circle! Blade Bang! Let's keep it up! Sword Rain! Dance Embers! Blade Bang! Rend the darkness! Rise and rage, flames!
Mano y mano.
Weakling!
Lion Tunnel! Be gone! Evil be gone! Ready? No escape! Evil be gone! It won't end here!
Weakling! Under arrest, Weakling! Weakling!
Tiger Blade! Beast Thunder! Ready?
Weakling!
Earth Dragon Bang! Beast Thunder! Fear the storm!
Weakling! Under arrest now!
Fear the storm!
Weakling! Weakling!
Fear the storm!
Oh, he's not scared of that.
Fear the storm!
Weakling!
Get it!
Weakling!
Evil be gone! Evil be gone!
Runic Circle, bitch.
Lion Tunnel! Back off!
Weakling!
Beast Thunder!
Weakling! Weakling!
That did it!
Damn, that broke my guard. Was not expecting that.
Weakling!
Fear the storm! Beast Thunder!
Weakling! Weakling!
Evil be gone!
Weakling! Underestimated me! Weakling!
I did not underestimate anybody.
Weakling!
Ready? Strike!
Weakling!
It's over! It feels so hot.
Weakling!
Owie.
Underestimate Weakling!
Beast Thunder! It's time!
The odds to end it all? Very well.
Heldalf!
Shepard!
Lions!
Lions!
Howl! This is
Possible!
my everything!
We finally found Mount
Talus.
Talus. Took a bit. Just a bit. But you know, I managed to do it because Baul was with me.
You've achieved your goal. You've avenged your guardian, your comrades. This age of chaos will not end.
So you say. I have a few points that it might. Just saying. Dang, this place is trippy. Ooh. Wasn't as bad as I remember it being. But I guess that's what you get when you're a higher level. And I got a trophy. Life in moderation, eh?
And when you put that sword through me, a new Lord of Calamity will be born.
You really haven't. You really don't know Saray. He's way too pure to be real.
do it. Only then will you fully understand.
I'm sorry that this was the only way to save you. Good night, Heldalf. Your life of eternal solitude is at last over.
You dare fight back, even until the very end. I can't stand it.
Thank you.
Aw, look how small they were. There we go, everybody. That's it. That's Tales of Zestiria. So, ooh, the voice actors. I think those are the Japanese ones. I think Katsuhisa Hoki is probably Japanese. The other ones, though, it's here or there. So, yeah, I did have quite the opinions on the game all the way through, you know. Ooh, Motoi Sakuraba. Nice. I mean, of course, I think he does all of them. But still, I just like seeing his name. And, hey, from the beginning of the game. Miklia, why are you creeping back there? So, like, there's no need to get into what I like, what I don't like, because I already talked about it on end throughout all these streams. So I will just end up saying it's a fun game. You know, it's a fun game to play. And it just has a lot of problems here and there. And that's really it. It's like, when I thought the idea of playing it again, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I could do that. Just like, reference. Fantasia, Destiny, Destiny 2, Symphonia, Abyss, Dawn, New World, Vesperia, Grace, Cecilia, and Celia 2. Like what? For like the costumes and stuff? Probably. Dang. That was a lot of Tales games. I don't hate this game. I don't. Like, I mean, if you want unbridled hate, just wait. One day, they will port the Tales of Symphonia Chronicles collection to the PlayStation 4, and you can hear me enraged, because I totally want to stream Tales of Symphonia 2, because oh my gosh, that's gonna be so much fun. But that's another topic for another day. Zestiria on its own, good. Like, I mean, I just like looking at it now once again. That's why it's great that it's been a year, so I can re-experience this in a lot of ways and see if there's anything I missed or that I didn't like, or that maybe I didn't like before I like now, or I liked before but I didn't like now. And the ending was my biggest issue with the game, that it didn't feel like proper resolution for everything. And Tales of the Abyss, or not Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Zestiria, the ending was nice. And right now I have a lot of feelings. What? Why is it moving now? Oh, right, because the Soray's floating. Right. That's funny. It's the music right now that's like really confusing my feelings. It's like, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, the ending it's very simple, basically. So in case you weren't aware, Soray made the decision during the Edna, you troll, during the finale, the final conversation last in Bell, that he was going to were they all animated? Have I been missing them? She's just skipping. That he was going to, that they, in order to save the land truly, they needed to purify all the malevolence within Maltellus. Who knows how that long would take. And so he needed to join with Maltellus as Maltellus' new vessel, and then sleep within Maltellus for years, basically. Who knows how long. There's no telling how much time he's going to have to be inside within Maltellus in order to purify Maltellus and the entire land, the entire country, the entire continent. You know, so that's what he did. And then, like, they had to sacrifice the other seraphs to break the bonds. And of course, when Heldalf died, they were released. And also, their pact with Soray was also broken, which is why they left instead of returning to him. And also, that's why he pushed Rose out of the way as well. And it was just him. So he goes sleepy, and everybody go back to lives. We saw a bunch of the characters. Alright, that was when we went to Glaven Basin the first time. A bunch of the characters being happy, you know, a lot the Seraphs from all the lands, a bunch of the minor characters. Lucas was chilling, and Alicia and Sergei were trying to convince the councils of Highland and Rollins to, hey, get along. I wonder if the Highland and Rollins, if among the council even was the kings or the queens or whoever's in charge of the emperor. It just looked like a bunch of generic bureaucrats, but I guess that's the point. They just need to look generic and angry all the time. Hey, look, there's one with Dezel. That's nice. That's a lot of food. These are always fun, though. A lot of Tales of games. Yeah. I'm thinking about a lot of the other Tales of games I've beaten, because they end like this as well, with the little pictures of different moments in the game or different things happening either before or after the game. Oh, that's Dezel's crane. We did it. Another credits roll. We need to do a second one. That was the mid-credits scene. There's also an end-credits scene. I imagine the Symphonia remaster has this too. I don't remember the Symphonia credits too well as to what they showed. We're going full Marvel here, yeah, basically. Oh, that's all of the sparrow feathers at Maven's grave. That's nice. I remember the Abyss credits, though. The Abyss credits are the best. Especially when Tyr's singing comes in. Granted, that's at the end of the credits because it transitions to the post-credits scene. Look at these. Look at this crew. Edna with her feet up on Mabinogio. Like, of course. I was gonna say, like, it's kind of like unfair of me to be like a bit like, oh, Maltalis didn't really mean much, and then, but like I was with someone else was like, well, I mean, Maltalis is like Yulia, but not as good, and it's like, well, I mean, at least Yulia, but then I remember you don't actually see, or Lorelei. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yulia and Lorelei is just better, basically, especially Lorelei. But Maltalis, I mean, he's a big dragon. That's pretty cool. Oops. Oh gosh. That's adorable. Mabinogio and Sorey's ruined adventures. There we have it. That's Tales of Zestiria in its entirety. Received legendary seraphic art key. Key for reawakening ancient seraphic arts. It's a mystery why Heldalf had it. I imagine so. Congratulations on finishing the game. You have the option to save clear data now. By loading the clear data, you can continue your game from the point right before the final battle. Additionally, there will be a New Game Plus option added to the title screen. New Game Plus will allow you to start game over with your clear data carried. So I guess we're going to save over what we just beat. This is now double clear data. Alright, and there we have it. Tales of Zestiria. The third time I said this, but this will be the last time for real. And so, You know, I'm not as disappointed in the ending anymore, which I think is really weird, because it was one of my biggest gripes with the game when I originally beat it. It didn't feel good, at least not to me. It didn't feel super fulfilling, and part of that was because it was all visual. There was no audio, like the characters never spoke, so you never got to hear what they were going through or what they were actually thinking. You just had to kind of play it off based off their faces, you know. Which it's easy enough to do, but I like the resolutions from the other games that were a bit more in depth, I guess. I mean, Symphonia was really the only one that I could think that had that, honestly. There was that scene in the ending where they're going through everyone's like, oh, what are you gonna do now? Well, I'm gonna go do this, that kind of stuff. Tales of the Abyss didn't really have much after the end of Eldrant, but what the game leaves you on before it cuts to credits is really good. And it didn't need any more of that because they took care of it beforehand. They didn't need to do any after the battle things after the battle because they took care of it before the battle, which a lot of the games attempt to do. And Vesperia is like so sudden. It was so unexpected. Vesperia's ending, like it just ends, and I'm like, is that it? And then like there's a post-credits scene, but it's like super brief, and I'm like, that's it? You know, I wasn't really disappointed because Vesperia was so good, and I mean the ending. You know, it's fitting, I guess. They did what they wanted to do, save the world, everyone's happy. Cool. You know, so I guess it makes sense. For this one, something about it just bothered me. And then also the 2 post-credit scenes didn't really do much for me either, because it's like, oh, here's a new shepherd. And I'm like, okay. Alright, I guess. I don't know who he is. If anything, I think that scene was just to show you that the other 4 are still around, even though you knew they would be. Because you saw them escape, you saw them leave Heldalf after he died. But I guess it's more like, here's the next shepherd, and look, all of Soray's friends are helping him. Like, they're going to help this shepherd continue the duties of the shepherd in this new era. And then, granted, I thought that Soray's original plan was actually to use Rose to, like, start a whole new, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I want to say, like, a whole new following, a whole new something of, like, they were going to incorporate a bunch of squires into keeping the peace of the land until everything was fully restored. But I guess maybe she did do that. We're just on the assumption that she did do that because, I don't know, they didn't really show it much. But, yeah, I mean, I come to really appreciate the last third and the ending of Vesperia a lot more over the course of my many more recent playthroughs. Oh, yeah. I totally like the last third of Vesperia. Like, I think it was, like, because it was kind of unexpected in some ways, and just, it was good. I enjoyed it.